So just briefly look at what we have done so far. And we will talk about now and future today. Let's see a very short clip. Split it exactly in half.
弾は真っ二つに割れていた。一方、日本刀に刃こぼれはあるのか。
もう全然刃こぼれもしておりませんね。ここが弾が当たった後ですね。鉛がこびりついてるでしょ。刃こぼれしておりません。
日本刀に刃こぼれはなし。これ持ってないですかこれ。
So they are praising about the craftsmanship of Japanese sword, katana. It's beautiful. And let's see another clip here.
I heard it, but I didn't see it.
I saw a flash, the blade went by. Alright, we're gonna play back. We're gonna play back. Using the slow motion camera, I want to see if Machi-san has achieved the superhuman. Oh man!
Wow.
You can see the piece go one way and the other one go that way.
That was amazing.
How do you like it? And let me show you one more interesting so-called chi master in Japan. He can control the man maybe 6 feet away with his movement of chi. What do you think? We have those people in Korea too, and China too. Supernatural. And let's see one more clip here.
Wow, it split the bullet. A butter knife split a bullet. Take a look at that amazing real shot and listen to that amazing fake sound effect.
Isn't it funny? It's a butter knife in your kitchen table. And let's see one more clip here. So one Japanese martial artist, maybe the sportsman, MMA, challenged him to fight. He doesn't have any kind of this fancy chi movement. He has only the boxing skills. And let's see what happened with him. So how do you think it will progress? Actually, there is the rest of the part. The scenes are not pretty, so I just stopped it here. This old man got punched in the face a lot. So we thought Japanese sword craftsmanship was beautiful. Personally, I did. And it was surprising when bullet split into two without hurting, not a single scratch on katana. But same thing can be done with this butter knife in your kitchen table. This kind of chi masters are very popular, even in these days too. When they have a chance to verify, validate, as far as I know, most of them failed. The one who challenged this chi master, the Japanese sportsman, this one, his name was Iwakura, and in his mid-20s, decided to challenge the legendary Aikido master Gojo Shioda. Long story short, he broke his shoulder. So he mentioned that Iwakura, there are useful fighting skills in traditional martial art. So I'm not trying to make fun of this kind of chi master or Japanese swordsmanship. Maybe there are Japanese students too and Chinese students too. We are all same. I'm not making fun of anybody. This is the reflection of Chinese medicine, acupuncture and herbal medicine. Sometimes they worship without ground, rationale, like a chi master or Japanese katana. Sometimes people ridicule, make fun of those things based on science, natural science. Where are we standing now? Are we standing at this left side or right side? There are very few people in the middle. Many of them are just believers, and many of them are just skeptics. There are very few people in the middle. Just like Zhu Peiwan. Do you remember him, Zhu Peiwan, who insisted to integrate medicine in Qing dynasty in China? He didn't get a lot of popularity. So this is not a matter of believing, or it is not the matter of just making fun of them. There should be some truth, like useful fighting skills in traditional martial art. TCM doctors, more than often, they think this way. Here is the conclusion. What facts can we find to support it? It can be Shanghanrun or Neijing or whatever the text we learned in the history class. So I named them fundamentalist. But ancient Chinese doctors, Zhang Zhongjing, Sun Ximiao, they were scientists. They didn't hesitate to accept the skills from Arabia, Persia, Africa, and they merged them into their medicine. Lin Gozhou, Wang Qinren, in Qing dynasty, he titled the book, Correcting the Errors of Medical Field. Those scientists thought this way. Here are the facts. What conclusions can we draw from them? It is funny. This person is a renowned martial artist, and this is the sportsman in the MMA. Watch it once again. You can find interesting difference between those two fighters. The fighter from the West, the MMA fighters, have a chin down and hands around their head. Traditional Chinese martial artists, chin up, hand in the front. This is a big difference between those two fighters. And some says this is a unique Western style and this is very traditional Chinese way. So is it a difference between East and West? That was the lesson I have been giving you through the history class. Is it different from West and East? I'm afraid not. In old days, in West, they stand like this when they do boxing. It's just natural. Did you watch your cats fighting? Their heads back and their claws in the front. So it was just natural, putting our head in the back side and putting our hand in the front. Boxers in Western society found better solution against our instinct, our intuition. And their posture was like this, counterintuitive, putting their head in front, but keeping their chins on the guard. And it was more effective. So whenever they fight between martial artists and sportsmen, I think this is one of the biggest downside of the martial artist because their chin is exposed. But as you can see here, this was not the problem or difference between East and West. The problem was one side, left side in this case, progressed. And the other side, another side, just stayed there where they were, didn't progress. The UFC, it's the competition between mixed martial artists. And do you know who started this? The Gracie family. And Gracie family is famous for its special jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? Without knowledge of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they cannot compete. This much important. Do you know that Brazilian jiu-jitsu is based on traditional Eastern martial art? It looks like a very Western style of fighting art, but actually the Brazilian jiu-jitsu is based on Japanese ancient martial art. It is similar to judo, but it is not. It is more focusing on holding and breaking their joint, and it is called jujutsu in Japanese. And this one means soft, art of being soft, and its pronunciation is jujutsu. The Japanese family, one family, developed wonderful martial art based on traditional medicine, traditional martial art, which is called jujutsu. So we have a choice. We can go forward one step more or we can just make a big leap based on the great legacy, what we have learned so far. Su Tang Dynasty, Sun Ximiao, Zhang Zhongqing, Han Dynasty, 4 great masters in Yuan Dynasty. They left great legacy. And we can make a leap, or we can just stay there, exposing our chins and just try to prove what we have already without going forward.